I was present for the 2020 Fearless Conference, and it really influenced my fearlessness in my career. At that time, I'm a genetics technologist, and I was working at a community lab, and it was the start of COVID. So there was a lot of anxiety in the air, and there was a lot of fearfulness. But based on the theme, based on the learnings of this conference, the Lord boosted my confidence, and He made me know that He was there for me. I had no reason to fear. As a result of that, I went into work, I faced COVID and any issues that COVID brought our way, and my fearlessness and my boldness was noticed by my leaders. As a result of that, I got a promotion, I became a site lead, a team lead, and then I now moved into the hospital. I now work at the sick kids, which is as a result of that incident. So I just thank God for how Made for More, how Elevate Jewels has been impactful in my life. And I thank God for how He's used the women here to make a difference in many women's lives.
2023, I had the privilege of attending the Made for More program. And it was truly life-changing for me. It was a program where we, as ladies, women, had to step away for a few days, where we shared the word of God, we learned so many things, we laughed, we cried, and that event really changed my life, because then I realized I could see myself more than a mother, a career woman, and I begin to appreciate the values that I bring into this world. And from there, I've really experienced growth spiritually. I met so many people, made so many connections, and I've received a lot of support spiritually, which has changed my life, and even till today.
Last year at the conference, I came with an expectation. I was hoping to fellowship with the ladies and just see what I could gain from the session. However, when I left with a transformation in my perspective, in the things I wanted to be. And on listening, especially on the Friday session with the ladies, I could see the things I was missing in the way I transformed and I presented myself before in my career. So part of the lessons I took away from there that I did apply in my life included, one, putting myself out there. Putting myself out there, I thought I was out there already, but I did see that it was all in my mind. The people who needed to recognize my value didn't really see it. So I made a change to become more vocal and more visible in the things I bring to the table. This transformed how I was seen in my office, the opportunities that were put before me. Another thing that I learned from that conference was for me to take a step out of my comfort zone. That was a difficult one for me, because I prided myself in knowing my niche and doing a great job in my niche. But pushing myself out of my comfort zone meant I had to go outside of my niche to do something that I perhaps normally wouldn't do. But then I put my hand out. When an opportunity came up outside of my organization, I did say, okay, I'll try it out. I had no idea, by the way. But I went ahead, did a bit of learning online and just prepped myself for the interview. Another thing I learned at the conference that I applied was building a community, getting a group of people who could support. So I practiced that in the job that came up, the opportunity that came up, by speaking with the people on the roll, getting information from them, asking them for help, asking for pointers, even things I already knew. I went ahead and asked, and I noticed that people like to tell you once you ask a question. And the more I asked, the more they felt like part of my inner circle. That meant that when the interviews came, everything was done in record time. They advocated for me. I didn't even apply for the job. I was just asking about it. And they had gone ahead and arranged interviews for me. The process should have taken a month. It took a week. When the interview was completed, half of the time, I didn't even know what the interview was going to be about. They would call me a day before and say, hey, you're meeting XYZ tomorrow. This is how you should talk. These are the things that are important to this person. Speak like this and you'll get their fancy. And it worked. Leaving the conference after the conference ended, I didn't expect that it would be so fast. But within a month, my career had transformed. I was earning more than 30% more than what I was earning before. And that was just because I took advantage of those three things that were said. There's another thing that I learned at the conference that I think many times it is assumed that we understand, but for me, it really applied. That the formula for taking flight, wherever you are in your career, in your life, in your health, is two-phased. What you do on the physical and what you do spiritually. The physical was to get myself ready, get out of my comfort zone, find a community, support other people. I took those learnings, but then there was also the factor of faith, the factor of belief in God and expecting good things from God and looking forward to whatever God was doing. And I did see God in the recruitment process as my career totally transformed.
I joined Elevate Community Church about 2 years ago. And before coming, I was going through a lot in my life. And I don't know how I would have gone through the past 2 years without the community that I've built in this church, especially the Elevate Jewels. So what that experience showed me was how God is intentional about our lives, how God already knew what I was going through and even what was coming. And before then surrounded me with wonderful ladies who have supported me through so much love, so much encouragement and so much prayers that literally covered me in the last 2 seasons of my life that I don't know how I and my family would have successfully navigated. So I'm here to thank God for the sister that I've met. And Made for More for me is no longer just a conference, but an opportunity for me to be able to spend real quality time in worship, prayers, and just enjoying the presence of God. And also the opportunity to serve as well with my fellow sisters who have not just become church members to me, but literally part of my life. So I want to thank God for the gift of Elevate Community Church and the Made for More conference for all of the positive addition and all of the love that it has added to my life and to my family.